Hi Anna, thanks for coming. I'm just waiting for the others. I just kicked them out of another one. So I'm going to wait a couple of minutes and see if they'll come. I hope they will. I need to share it. I can't share it online. Can I? Thank you so much, Anna. Okay, have I got everyone here now? Please say hello and what your name is if you're here, if you made it. Hi, Catherine. Welcome. Thank you. Hi, Ginny. Hi, Lauren. I hope Naomi can come back. All right. Oh, hello, Naomi. Thank you, lovelies. Well done, you found it. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. So, welcome to the exhibition. We have the second artist, Catherine, is in the live stream right now, so that's really great. Thank you for bearing with me. I should have just set it to being 10 minutes later so I could give myself time to get to where I needed to be. Over here we can see some of my old work from last year, the year before that in Japan. I'll give you a little whiz through that in a moment, and some more of it just over here. That's all a little bit crammed together because it's not the feature today. Today the feature, well this week, is of course the World Show. The World Show, a collection of oil and watercolor paintings by myself and Catherine B. Sketches. I've created this little this pamphlet. It's a bit rainy today, so everything's a bit muggy, with myself and Catherine in it, as well as it all being in Japanese for the Japanese viewers that come in and have a little look. So this is the World Show pamphlet, and on the back I've got lots of Instagram links to other tour guides, because I was a tour guide on Heygo.com, which is now closed down. You can see lots of my old sketchbooks to have a little look through if people that come to visit would like to do that. I'll just show you my old work very quickly, just in case a couple of more people join in, and then we'll go on to the main show. So I'm not going to walk you through that because it takes a little bit too long if I spend a little while on that one. And I'll take you over to the main show in just a second. It's chucking it down in Japan today. In fact, there's a typhoon, so it's raining so much. It's a kind of very, very heavy rain storm. There's a typhoon. We've had lots of nice people come today, so all of my friends, actually, lots of friends, have come and signed the guest book, and other people have been signing the guest book too, including my partner who did this alpaca meat picture. He's a devil. So here's the main show. You've got myself and Catherine represented here. You can go ahead and take pictures if you like, so take screenshots, and you can share them online to try and help me get some more subscribers, but also to spread the news about myself and Catherine's work. We've got mine just over here, and then I'll go show you Catherine's first. She's here and might like to see it all, and then I can maybe show you mine after. Sorry about shaking the camera just there. You can see I've got lots of nice little red dots on mine because people have been buying them. Woohoo! So I'm glad to know that. I hope people buy them over the next 2 days. The typhoon might be keeping people away, sadly, Japanese people. So far we've just been selling them online, and a couple of prints and postcards I have sold in person. But yes, the theme of the exhibition is places that we've been on Heygo. So all from live tours of other tour guides on Heygo.com, which closed in April. But Catherine really loves places in Europe especially, so she's got lots of great European pictures. And I would love to do that, but the time zone prevented me from enjoying such things. So most of my pictures are from various places around the world, and occasionally friends that I toured with in the UK. But let me walk you through Catherine's over here. We've got a nice little note from Catherine for each of them as well, such as, this is the bridge in Sydney, Australia, and it is the twin of a bridge in Newcastle in northeast England, which I know very well, so I had to sketch it. I've put Catherine's pieces into frames for her. They're not expensive frames or anything, just cheap cheap ones, but I thought they would show it off quite nicely, show off each piece quite nicely. Apart from these little small ones, I couldn't find the right kind of frame, so I've done my own framing attempt just there. But also, Catherine's pieces, I imagine, have been created on a large piece of paper or in a sketchbook or something. And so she's got these really nice little lines on the outside where she has put masking tape in position and she's peeled it off afterwards. Hi, Lethargy. But also you can see the torn page of where she's ripped it from its previous page or from the pad. And I love that, Catherine. You might not like it. You might be a bit embarrassed to see me displaying that. I don't know. You see here, this one's got mount. Some of them did. I was toying with the idea of making mount, but instead I've just put this brown piece of paper behind it. And I've opted for having the rough edge because I think I love imagining the moment that the artist made it. And I think it makes it more real and you can be more connected to a real person having made it if you leave those kind of rough edges around. So as many of you already know, some of them don't have the edge on them. It depends. As many of you already know, all of the pieces, all of my own and Catherine's pieces combined, all of the large ones, all the way over there, they're all £70 each or 3 for £180. Mix and match combination. Yes, a little red dot over here. Actually, they're quite big red dots here, but yes, red dot on this one and a red dot on another one over here. Here we've got a nice one. A Moulin Rouge up here. And Salzburg, this one. The only one I forgot to put information on. But this one has a red dot too, lovely. Sorry, it's a bit hard to show yours on the live stream because of the light shining on them. But other people have been really, really, really loving them and staring at them for quite a long time. And we've got lots of nice old people that have travelled the world quite a lot coming over the next day or two to buy vegetables and fruit and things. So I think they'll be coming to admire these tomorrow, Catherine. I'll show you what I mean by that. Let me show you just up here. I'm going to spin you around. There's a stairway just over there. And just here, they sell fruit and vegetables on Saturday mornings. So I think everyone's going to look down the stairwell and see your pieces, and they're going to want to know what they're all about. So they're going to come and see them. Here we've got a view in Venice. You say it's a temporary bridge, so you had to draw it very quickly. Here we've got Dunnet Head Lighthouse. These ones are half the price, guys. These ones are £35 or mix and match. Any three with my smaller ones, 2 for £105. Here we've got the Isle of Skye. That one might be sold later. I've got a buyer lined up maybe. Lovely little cottage there. And another Italian view. I love the details. Now, one of the reasons I wanted to have Catherine's work here, there are two reasons. For starters, I love Catherine's work, but I love it for a particular reason. I used to sketch in this style myself, and I love sketching in this style. So in my sketchbook, you can find evidence of things being a little bit similar to this. But I also... Oh, sorry, I'm not very well. I know I might seem like I'm fine, but I'm not very well. So I'm a bit slow thinking at the moment. So sorry about that. The other reason is because the pictures from my show don't actually really represent Europe that much. So because of the time zone in which I was watching other people's live tours, so I decided to ask Catherine to fill up the European side of it, you know, to try and balance it out a little bit. Now I've got a torch here. It's going to get exciting. I do have one from Germany there, Germany and the Netherlands. Got Ukraine. And then the UK. So we've got some European ones in and around. But I'll take you on a little tour of my pieces. Now we can view them without, I'll do one by one. We can view them without the torch to start with. But then they do look a little bit interesting with the torch. You can see lots of different textures and light in there too, if I shine the torch on it. They're all quite different. So these are my first ever oil paintings, and I have tried to experiment with different kinds of textures and tools each time. Here first we've got Vancouver with Dan King. Hey Dan King. Thanks, Catherine. Catherine says she loves my frames. Now, because to make art is quite expensive, to be honest, and to then display art for other people, it's really expensive. Sorry, rocking the camera there. It's really expensive. Here we've got Japan. I've got Danking in Canada again over here. So I'm always trying to think very creatively outside of the box. How can I present my work without it costing me loads of money, using up loads of space, or even causing a problem for postage, right? Because I want to be able to post these around the world because I think people are interested in them around the world. Here we've got Bavaria in Germany. And here we've got a Chinese Garden of Friendship in Australia. So I created both parts are from Japanese calligraphy boards, actually. I've primed this one and put oil paint on it, and the other one has got watercolor paint on it. And I've got a little note under each one for everybody else as well. Wow, look at all of the sea lions crammed into the end of the pier, basking. Matt in Hong Kong took us to South Africa for this. This was in Cape Town. Little seals here. And you'll see what I mean about shining the torch on these. They look much cooler with a torchlight on them, I think. It doesn't have to be the torchlight. Basically, the window is behind these pieces. So normally they would be shining in many different lights anyway, but because the direct light source is behind them, it's not really helping them, is it? So I've got a little torch as well to help show off some of the shimmery bits, because they all shine very, very much. Can you catch? The whole thing is shining actually, but it's quite hard to pick it out in the dim light here today. It's raining outside as well. Here we've got Larry in Memphis. I really wanted to do these this metalwork. I wanted to recreate in the oil paints if I could. This one is still available. The sea lions are still available as well, actually. And the Bavarian town is still available. This one is in Australia with Richard. And you can see some really interesting details on the waves there. You see the waves are three-dimensional. That's from the top of Barrenjoey Lighthouse. Here we have in the Netherlands, where Stefan took us on this tour, with lovely, lovely yellow clogs. I love yellow. Some of you might know that. So yellow art is very attractive to me. Do you see though? No torch there, just proper shine everywhere. The oil paint has such a nice thickness. We've got an alpaca piece just here, of course. It's quite fluffy looking actually, so I'm quite proud of the fluffiness. You can have a close-up. Look at some of the textures in there. So they look quite different up close and far away. That's in Peru with Elizabeth Puma. Here we've got Ukraine, and it's actually got a Banksy mural on there. This is Ukraine after bombing, and I wanted to not, I don't want to hide this kind of thing from my exhibition. I was touring around the world with lots of different guides, right? And I wanted to show off the different things that are happening around the world, even if they're horrible, because this is bad and it's still happening. And it was devastating to see the devastation, basically. This one is in New York. But it was really great to have Olga firsthand show us around that kind of thing and not have the story changed much, Hello, Sakura. Thank you very much for coming. Welcome. Here we have one in India. There was a call to prayer for Hindus nearby. So when I look at this picture, actually I feel like I can hear it. I really love it. And it also looks a bit like a video game dungeon area, which is pretty cool. But it's a real place in India. It's called the Khajuraho, I think. Khajuraho. Don't really know how to say that very well. Sorry. My speciality is Japanese, I guess, these days, not Indian. Here we have a hot air balloon piece, and you can see up close that the details are kind of abstract. But when you look from far away, you really get a sense of lots of people working on the hot air balloon. Working on the hot air balloons. Sorry, I'm not very well, so I'm a little odd. Here's a statue. Oh, that was in Egypt, by the way. This one was in Egypt. Here is Queen Elizabeth, a statue, an older statue of Queen Elizabeth in London. That was remembering Queen Elizabeth when she passed away last year in September. This was with a guide called Paul, who's normally in Scotland, but this time he was in London. This piece is in Vietnam, and I really, really love the shadow on the leaves here. I've tried to really make them seem 3D. That was fun to make. And this bit of plaster up here, oh, I love it so much. It's really kind of dodgy looking, but all of the walls in Vietnam looked kind of dodgy anyway because it's a developing country, so they've done things really quickly and cheaply, of course. I'm just going to show you another picture. Excuse me rocking around doing a one-handed thing. I wanted to show you, oh, 1 second, just have to, let's change. Okay, here you can see a collage I did of this UNESCO World Heritage Site in Vietnam, and it floods all the time. So look at that, there's lots of water. So he was driving, swimming, floating, sailing us around. He was sailing us around in his little boat, which was pretty cool. Over here we have a wonderful butterfly. The butterfly was in a piece with at a tour with Ashfaq, who took us to the largest butterfly garden in the whole world in Dubai. Yeah, I think so, right? Ginny just said, so meaningful to us all remembering Hago. So, yeah. And thank you everyone who has found their way onto my channel and found the live stream today. I changed the live stream from what it was before because I'd accidentally set it up in the wrong orientation. So well done if you've managed to find this version of the live stream. And sorry about that. Yeah, I love it. I've tried to make the butterfly really fluffy and detailed to show off every grain of the butterfly, you know. You can see a bit how it shines here. And just here is in Brazil with Sayuri. She took us to some great performances with wonderful dancers, and this was just one of them. And this was one of the pieces that made me feel like a real oil painter, because it's got the right colors for those kind of old-fashioned oil paintings, right? Yeah, I love it. Here we've got Highdown Gardens in Worthing with Ginny. And my favorite bit in this, other than the little lilac flowers and the bamboo in the background, which makes me think of Japan, is this tree up here. Can you see the detail on the tree trunk? So the tree trunk is really, really thick. Catherine says, will I do more oils? If I don't do more oils, I will be very, very surprised. I found myself quite in love with them. I think they're wonderful. So yeah, these are the first oil paintings I've ever created. Abudaye in Japanese, oil painting. Abudaye. This lovely door knocker, knock knock, in the UK. This is with John in York. I'm surprised this one hasn't sold yet. So this one's still available if anyone is interested in purchasing it. In fact, my British ones are the Queen, this one in York, and Winchester just down over here. But Ginny's Highdown Gardens has sold already. But there's some nice details in this one. If you're interested in buying and would like a close-up of any of these, then let me know, because I've got a special video that I've made to really show them off. This one over here is in Banff in Canada with Patrick. And it was very, very cool because he took us skiing. So you can see the ski slopes just down here. This is actually perfect white, but the light in this space right now because of the rain is making it not so good. I loved playing around with the textures, so getting it smooth and fluffy in the background, coarse and jaggedy in the midground, and then a few bits of details and the nice thick heavy layer of oil paint in the foreground there. You can see how white it is there. That's without the light shining on it. Super white, super white. Here we have fireworks in Japan with Hiro in Nara. He took us to see, well, he just had a fireworks display with his family, and we got to see this one too. So this was lots of fireworks fizzling around. You can see I really tried to play with the texture in the background of the of the scene here. And I wanted to get a feeling of movement as if the firework itself was sparking. And that one too is available. You can see in this set just here. The fireworks. In fact, let me just show you 1 second. So the ones that are still available are the sea lions over there, Memphis, Mississippi River, New York. This one, Bavaria in Germany. This one, Winchester, the first capital of England. This one, bead making with Nandi Karo in Africa. This one with John in York. And then this one here, fireworks in Japan. And maybe this one is selling or free. You know, whoever pays first wins it. But this one of Queen Elizabeth is also still available. £70 each, or 3 for £180 in combination with myself and Catherine's work, if you're interested. Here is a nice scene of paper bead making and other kinds of beads, but also I've really loved doing the detail on the hands here. I had a lot of fun recreating that and trying to play around with textures. Because I was learning to be an oil painter, all of these pieces I was experimenting with each piece. So I had a really good time learning what the limitations of oil paint were, or how far I could go, how much I could play with it. And I did it all self-taught. I didn't have any training in advance. This is Winchester, the first capital of England, where the first kings and queens were crowned. I would argue it would make a nice set with the with that one and this one and this one. On my Etsy shop, you can also see lots of postcards from some of my older exhibitions in Japan. So please go to etsy.com/shop/MissKendalJames if you want to see those. These ones are not available online yet. They're actually not that well printed because I can't find a service that I like at the moment. So I wouldn't necessarily advise those ones, but I might put them online with the clause of that. And there's some other pieces from previous exhibitions as well. You can buy some of these prints on my Etsy shop too. So if you're interested in other parts of Japan, these are Japanese ones here. This ryokan, running short on these. But yeah, there's some interesting pieces you can find online. Here we have my, 1 second. This was my journal. 1 second, let me get into a better point of light. This was my Heigo travel journal that I was using other people's postcards that I took, well, my own postcards that I took on other people's tours to recreate a kind of collage-like experience of different Heigo tours. And I've got one of Eriko's, one of Ginny's here. So you can see what a collage journaled page looks like in comparison to a finished piece based on one picture here, High Down Gardens. Another one, let's have a look here. We've got Mount Fuji up here. And another one just down over here. I think this one is nice too. This is the Chinese Garden of Friendship in Australia with Lynn. And there's another good one in here. I know there's another good one. It's the yellow clogs. Let me see what I can do. Here we go. And the yellow clogs with Stefan in the Netherlands, just there. So I was trying to show people that you can create things really easily without using too much time, and you can use any kind of material and not have so much pressure. And if you purchase any one of the pieces from myself and Catherine, mix and match there, 3 for £180, or you can pay in Japanese yen as well. I will send them to you. Please pay the extra fee and postage yourselves. But I will also send you this. This is the Japanese and English text version of what the show is about, as well as lots of different links to different guides on Heigo. In relation to that, I'll send you my handmade business card that's golden, and like this, wow, handmade golden business card. And I'll send you a color version of this postcard. I will also send you one of these postcards with all of my collection on there. And I will also send you the original plan, the original composition sketch for each of these pieces. So what I will do is I will write a personal message on the back, and I will also tell you how I felt and why I chose each of these pieces in this way. So you basically get a nice little bundle of lots of stuff if you decide to purchase one of those. So thank you very much in advance if you do. Well, sorry for swinging the camera around a bit. I'm sorry, I'm a bit under the weather, so I'm not my usual peppiness. Ginny says, it's an end of an era. It's great that you have that body of work. Love the journals. Thank you. The body of work will be dispersed throughout Canada, Australia and America, because they're being sent around the world, which is pretty cool. And if you feel like you want to buy something but you can't pay all in one go, you can also pay half now and half later. So do just let me know if you're interested in something like that. There's a nice overall shot of the whole exhibition if I go just over here. So does anybody have any questions? If not, then I might thank you very much for coming to check out the show. Here's a good screenshot if you want to see everything. So please do take a shot just there. And I don't have 1,000 subscribers yet. I need help getting there, please. So please do share me. Feel free to leave me a little buy me a book tip or something on buymeacoffee.com/MissKendalJames, or go on linktr.ee/MissKendalJames to see all of the other things I do too. And here you can find Catherine and myself on Instagram with these. Postage is very cheap, to be honest, Ginny, especially if you're just buying one of mine or Catherine's smaller pieces or my bigger pieces. The postage is very cheap. But Ginny, I can bring yours to you if you like. If you wanted to buy any, I can bring them to you in the UK, because I'll be in your area, won't I? So let me know. Thank you so much, Naomi, my friend from back home, for checking that out. Yeah. If you'll be in an area I'm in, I'm happy to bring one in that way. Postage it's for super fast, it's £25, but for slow, it's anything fast and light and small is only £5 or £10, and slow and big is no more than £10 or so. So it can be as cheap as you like. Not so much, but talk to me. Okay. Can I zoom in on Winchester? This is Lily's Winchester, yeah. It was a cloudy day when she presented this tour, so I've really liked depicting some of the kind of muddiness in the clouds just here. But if you'd like a close-up, then please do ask for the special video close-up, because you can see them shining in the light in the close-up. They look totally different when they're in your home. And the Queen over here. So thank you very much. I'm sorry if it cuts you out in a second when I leave. Please do give me a follow on all of the things, and find me online to see all the other stuff too. I hope someone buys this little seal. I think, well, if they don't, it's mine, but I think it's lovely. Oh, to link the Three Musketeers. Thank you very much, Ginny. Are you sure, Ginny? Are you sure? I can get a red dot now. 1 second. Are you sure? Here you go, red dot for Ginny. Thank you very much, Ginny. All right, thank you so much. Okay, everybody, 1 second. Show you my face. Thanks. I'm gonna go home and rest for 1 hour before I work all evening now. You can see I look weary, don't I? Bye-bye.